Hey YouTubers, how's it going, man? So I've just got these two amplifier boards delivered. Both came direct from China, so they're taking a couple of weeks to get here. So these are TPA3116 boards with stereo and a subwoofer. It's 50 watts per channel for the stereo and 100 watts for the subwoofer. It's something to do with the bridging of the amplifier chip, of which there are two on both of these. So in terms of their kind of configuration, I guess they're quite similar, but there's also a whole bunch of different stuff. So this one here was about half the price of this one, and can you sort of see why? But I'm not an electrician or any have much electrical knowledge at all, to be honest. So I have one like this which I was using, and added a preamp, and these wires here around these inductors, they got very, very hot and melted some of the components around them, and the board stopped working. So I look for a different board using the same chips, because I have a power supply to match, and also I quite like the sound quality. So I got this one, which is about twice the price. It's got this extra mute switch on there, which is handy because you avoid the on-off pop which you get on this one, which is pretty loud actually. And also with this one, it's got some real chunky inductors. So I'll just spin these around a minute so we can try and compare the size. So can we see that? I mean, they're like a fair bit bigger, aren't they? Sorry about the focus, can't really do anything about that. So yeah, but then this one here, the cheaper one, has got two of these sock and girt buffer. I think they're like buffering capacitors for the power supply. So they're huge, and what they're 2,200, and this one here is 2,200. Oh, it's the same, but just a lower voltage, I guess. I don't really understand that. Okay. So, other than that, what are the differences? Well, this one here, you have to solder the speaker wires on. Now, I'd say that's probably better to have just a hole there, because these clamps, they're a bit weedy, you know. I mean, yeah, they're pretty small. I've never been very keen on them, and they don't ever seem to really grip the wire particularly well. So at least on this one you'll be able to solder. I mean, you could solder these, couldn't you? You could put them on the bottom or whatever, but it's nice just to have a hole there to make it easy, life easy. This one here has a 3-pin plug for audio input, which is handy, whilst this one doesn't. But then they've both got 3.5mm jack inputs on there, which is fine. So I'm planning on running this one with another Bluetooth module which will input into this one, so I can have not have to use a cable. I suppose another thing which might be better quality on this one are the individual components, but then I don't really know anything about that. This is my second one of these, and they both just come in a jiffy bag in the post. So I mean, it's an absolute miracle they get there intact, to be honest. I've read on some of the reviews online that I think the potentiometers, is that what they're called, on this one are a higher resistivity, and that can affect the noise floor. I'm just parroting there. I don't know what any of that means. Yeah, so I've been happy with the quality of sound from this one, and I might go back to that if the sound quality is lower. But I've tried this one because of the overheating problem on that, because it's nice to have a bit of volume, isn't it? Particularly if you're listening to something a bit boombastic. So yeah, there you go. Probably pretty useless to most people, but I thought I'd just compare the two while I had them there on the table. So cheers guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.